Organized Sound Podcast, welcome back. I'm joined by Mass Live Chris in the building. We got another interview today. I feel like you have a lot of different names because when I be searching you, SoundCloud, Spotify, like you have some different names. Do you go by anything else?
Nah, Lil Chris, but
yeah, there's so many little Chris's, right? It's hard to like win that
it's crazy.
Search battle.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay. Tell me about how you got that name, first of all.
My uncle, he's from New York, so he used to just call me Lil Chris, like I don't know. It was just something like I just went with it. I just went with that. Yeah.
Okay, and for the Mass Live Chris, is that kind of associated to the newspaper?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I just made a Instagram. I just made Mass Live Chris. Mass.
Okay. So this was like the beginning of the Instagram era.
Yeah.
So what year was that about?
Probably like 2015.
Yeah,
I had got on Instagram and shit. So
nice. All right. So you're a rapper. You said you were born in Springfield, but you're mostly out in Holyoke right now, living. Tell me about what that's like growing up in this area.
Fucking. For me, I was hopping around a lot of schools and stuff when I was little, like growing up and stuff. Typical shit. There's a ghetto spot everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
That's
and you just finding it.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, we'll go with that. So tell me about like what it was like starting to make music and how you kind of realized that was for you.
Oh yeah, the shit that we was talking about.
Yes.
Yeah, word. Like growing up, I didn't have nobody like to talk to, like about what was going on and stuff. So it was hard for me like to express myself in a certain way, like play basketball or something. Like I wasn't really into that. I had found this big sister, like it was a program my mom put me in when I was little, and she would pick me up. And I wouldn't talk and nothing, like, but we would go out, like she'll take me out the house and stuff. But like one day she's like, something like, I'm gonna get you something next time I pick you up. She picked me up the next day. It was a notebook.
So you said this big sister got you a notebook.
Yeah, and she said start writing like anything like you don't like, or just write whatever's going on. And I'll start reading it. And I started.
Oh, so she was reading this. This wasn't like a private journal type thing. Like she was going to see what was in there.
Yeah. Just to see what was going on, because I would barely talk to her about the stuff that was going on. And I went from there and I started writing like stuff I didn't like. And I just started playing beats one day, and I kept doing that too, like writing. And I just started putting a flow to it and stuff. So that's how I got into music. And when my friends started hearing it, they was like, yo, that shit's hard. Like, yo, Chris, that shit's hard. Keep rapping. And for me, it was like, that shit's hard. Like,
really?
y'all really think that shit's hard? Like, cause I was right, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was writing shit that was going on. I didn't think people would be into that, like hearing. So for me, I was like, yo, I'm gonna keep doing this shit, like, cause I didn't know that music like was so powerful like that. Like people can actually listen to you. You know what I'm saying?
Gravitate to it.
Yeah.
Okay, you're in high school. Is this high school you're talking about?
A little.
When you're getting this kind of buzz.
Oh yeah.
Just among your friends.
Yeah, like middle school.
Okay,
type.
Middle school.
Yeah.
Okay, so real early.
Yeah.
So where is the beat game at in this time? Because I feel like beats is something that caught on like 2016, where everyone like is going to YouTube on the internet to try and figure out how to do it. So where's beats at in your time? How are people like learning how to do beats?
Shit. I learned, I feel like I feel like if you around somebody that is making beats or rapping, and you get into that, like you just, you know what I'm saying, like let's say like you rapping or making beats, and I'm always around you, but I don't rap or make beats. I would catch on to that. Like there's some people out here that I know that I've spoke to like in the studio, like they had just started rapping like 4 months ago or like 2 months ago or a year ago, and you know they be around us. You know what I'm saying, like, and they catch on so quick. It's so easy to learn because like.
Right, when it's right there, it's easy to learn.
So I feel like
right.
it's like that.
Like
That's what's going on.
Like looking at a book to learn how to play piano to like, you know, the lessons with like an instructor and stuff.
Yeah.
So you were around somebody who's making beats. Who was that?
Eskay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out to Eskay.
Okay, so how did you guys kind of come around each other?
We came around each other. I had met Avery. Like when did I meet Avery? I met Avery like 2015, 2014. So he was young. Like he had called me, and he's like, "Yo, I like your music. It's just dope. Let me know. I'll slide through and we chop it up. I'll bring my equipment." He said to my crib.
Oh, yeah, the portable setup.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we just went on from there, and he was already fucking with Eskay and them. So I was like so hungry. I was like, "Yo, man, tell Eskay that.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's get it.
Let's go."
Yeah, I told him, "Yo, I'm trying to work," and yeah, he had hit him up, and we just went from there.
They didn't know each other either. This was before Avery and Eskay knew each other.
They knew each other, but I feel like we got closer, all of us. Like me, Avery, Eskay. After
around
that,
the same time.
yeah, around the same time. So yeah, we just went from there, and we still haven't linked up yet though. Like when that was going on, one of my mans. This is interesting though. This is what people don't know. Like this is how it really started. Like my mans was close with Reek, and he had told me like, cause he's my OG, so he had told me, "Yo, you gotta start fucking with them." Like even though our Avery already like had told Eskay what's up, but my OG was like, "Yo, I fuck with Reek. Like you need to start fucking with him. I'm gonna bring you to the studio with him, and y'all gonna chop it up." So my Avery, my OG, started pushing me. Like he has started managing me and shit. So Reek was like the first one that brought me to Eskay.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so me and Reek did a song, and Eskay was like, "Yeah, bro, like we gotta work." I'm like, "For real?" He's like, "Yeah." So yeah, and it just took off.
Right, it took off. And so this is kind of like the beginning of like the Filthtown era. Now,
Yeah.
You put out like a mixtape at the beginning. So like if I went all the way back on your SoundCloud and you have like a group of songs, you have a project from that. So what was that project? Did it have a name?
We had named it Mass Live Volume 1, but for me, like, that tape was like, I was still in the process of finding my sound, my own sound. And, yeah, like, I feel like right now, I found my sound right now.
Okay, so you feel more so in your groove. And that was kind of like the beginning and you just threw it out.
Yeah.
So tell me about kind of like the larger story of Filthtown getting together. Because this is obviously would be right after that tape, right?
Yeah. I mean, like, they was already, like, doing their thing.
Okay, so it already formed and you were kind of like, you were the fourth Migos?
Yeah. Like, I would be in the studio with them, and I would just look at how Joe, Reek, Jay Gleesh, Kev, I would just observe and learn and go back to my crib and record. Like, all right, so I'm gonna do this. All right, he did that. All right, that's dope. Like, I just started to see what was going on and how they do this, how they do that, and I would ask mad questions like, "Yo, how you just said that? How you came up with that? How you know what I'm saying?" And yeah, that's what it was.
Nice.
You know
so, what was it like? What was the music video I was just seeing that you were in? Shake That Ass.
Shake,
Remember that song?
Yeah.
Okay. How was that music video? Describe that day.
That day was dope as hell. Like, we shot that video in a big ass crib, but it was dope. It was dope. It was fire. Like that was my first like video like ever. Yeah.
You had the braids back then.
Yeah, I had the braids and shit. Yeah.
Fire. All right. So I want to talk about kind of the new music. You said you kind of hit your groove. You got that song "Wishing on a Star," which has everyone on it.
Yeah.
How do you get like a big song like that together where there's so many features?
Like we would like we was just in the studio like at the same time like we always in the studio together, but you know maybe one day Rika do 2 songs and I'll just record Joe after and then KD or something. But that day we was like, yo, let's just do something together. So we looked for a beat and KD did some shit. And right after I hopped in there, I was like, yo, it'll be dope if we just go back and forth. So I hopped in and then Joe, and then we listened to that shit a few times in my studio, and we was like, yeah, we gotta drop this. We gotta drop it. This shit gonna go crazy.
I really like that song, actually.
Yeah.
Talk about KD then.
Me and KD go back too. KD, I was in the summer program with his brother, with his little brother, but when I had started rapping and stuff, he was back and forth from Atlanta. So, cause he's from Atlanta, and but last year he came back from Atlanta again, like 'cause, you know he was back and forth, but he had came back from Atlanta like for real
in
to
a
like
more permanent way.
Yeah, like, and he had came to me like even before he came back from Atlanta last year, I would hit him up and I'd be like, yo, you need to start rapping, like, yo, fuck with me, like, you're hard, like.
Wait, you're telling him you need to start rapping?
Yeah.
This wasn't on his radar.
Nah.
But it's like you saw it in him.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he would be like, nigga, I'm already rapping, like. But I knew he was just playing around and shit.
He's already like spitting a freestyle, like.
Yeah, like he was
not like recording.
Yeah, like officially, like, you know, like making a song, you know what I'm saying? Like, so he was like, yo, I'm gonna touch down in a few months. And he had touched down and we had linked up and he came up to me with this Married Money playing this shit. And, he had a whole vision. We had sat down and talked about it like for days in my studio. And he's like, yo, we just gonna map it out. And this is what we're gonna do. And since last year, that's what we've been doing.
Right.
And
you got it on the hoodie and the chain.
Yeah.
I want you to show that. I want you to show the label to the camera right here.
Yeah, where? Cop the merch. We got merch. We got hoodies.
So people can get this.
Yeah, people can get this, and we got a sweatsuit.
Okay, where's that at? What's the website? Or you got the link somewhere?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we working on the website, but right now we just making them and just.
Okay, so it's hit you and you can get one.
Yeah, like people are going crazy, like. Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely the wave right now.
Yeah, so we definitely need to make a website. That's coming soon.
Okay, I think the one thing we didn't talk about is the live show. Tell me about, performing on a stage. How is that for you the first times you did that?
Damn, I feel like I love it. Like, it feels great. Like to make a song, like especially like me, like when I, like, or any of us, like Reed, or you know what I'm saying, like, cause where we come from, we didn't expect this many people to hear our songs. Like they're dope, but
the response is like it feels like, and we're kind of back to that old question of like, the city's gonna hate you, but the city's gonna love you, like, and you be getting love.
Yeah, for sure. So it feels great to be on the stage and everybody just bump into the song and saying some parts that you said in the song, like in the crowd and stuff. It just feels good, like.
So it wasn't hard for you in terms of like stage fright? You weren't like nervous at the beginning or anything?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, my first performance, I was like so nervous that when it was time for my set, I was still in the back room, and my song was playing already.
And you just weren't trying to go out.
Yeah, and I just ran and I fell. I slipped in front of everybody. And shit. Yeah, it was bad.
That is funny.
Yeah.
Okay, and so where were you doing some of the first shows?
I did one in Northampton.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, I mean that was the only one. Like, yeah. Oh, I did one also on Maple Street in Holyoke.
Right. Is that Yellow Door, that venue?
It's like where my studio's at.
Okay.
It's next to damn, I don't know.
Right, Maple Street in Holyoke. Everybody knows.
Yeah. But it's there though. People know, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had some crazy shows there, like crazy parties and shit. Yeah.
Right, the show is kind of like a party because it's like late at night, everything goes late, people pull up. It's like it's like a hybrid. It feels like.
Yeah.
That's cool. So tell me about just kind of switching locations. I think it's very important actually because when you're in a lot of different states, that's when like a lot of different people can know about you. And that's how things spread. You talked to me about being in Florida for a little bit.
Yeah.
So that was when you were younger, though. But
yeah.
how did that happen that you did out there?
We just had the rest of my family over there, and it was just us, like me and my mom and my pops and my sister, just here, only us. But they, we was the only ones over here, so we just dipped back over there for a little bit. But we just came back over here.
Got you.
But I feel like the buzz comes from, KD coming from Atlanta, Reek being here and just, being blessed, like Reek and Joe, like having that already, like, so when we all come together, it just builds like a crazy fan base.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everybody brings a few people in,
yeah.
and then they discover about the whole circle,
yeah.
essentially. And I mean, that's essentially how I found out because I did the Reek Lauren interview probably March of last year. And I did the Eskay interview. But then it's like I dug around and then, Instagram, Facebook, you just find out about all the other artists that are in the area.
Yeah.
And shout out Wow Art Studio. Over the summer, there was a lot of cool shows there.
Yeah.
Joe and Reek had a really cool show there that I ended up filming.
Yeah, they had a dope set.
Yeah. I was just telling you this. I really like their sets right now.
Yeah, they go crazy.
I want to talk about kind of like your method, your schedule for music. Like, what's like a day or a week like for you in terms of like going to make music? Like, what times a day do you go and like that type of stuff? What's your routine?
Every day, but I wouldn't like. I be in the studio all the time working, but the songs just come to me. Like I don't force, like there'd be days that I can't like come up with a song.
Inspiration doesn't happen every day, but you keep the muscle.
Yeah, I still try to do something, but I won't put it out. But then eventually like a song will come up, like.
And then do you feel like you usually know when you got one?
Yeah.
Or it's like you put some stuff out and it's still kind of like one of those things of like, oh, y'all mess with this? Really?
I got one song that that was like that. It was Whoa Whoa with me and KD. Mm-hmm. And we like, I mean, I thought it was hard, but everybody was like going crazy.
They were like really about it.
Yeah, and I didn't think it was gonna go like that because I was holding the song for so long. Like we had recorded it, me and KD recorded it like January of last year. And then I had dropped it like July, August. So that's
summer, right?
That's mad
like
time.
Year.
Yeah. And it went crazy. So that for me that was a song like I already knew like people was like fucking with it. But when I dropped it, I was like, nah, niggas not gonna listen to it. But
right, it feels old. So do you like sitting on songs or do you like to just like put it out? Because for me, sometimes I'll interview people. This was kind of my big lesson from last year. Is like I don't like to hold anything, and I did 2018 interviews that came out in like February 2019, and I really did, and I was waiting on some like asset type stuff, right? I was getting my logo together and stuff, and I really didn't like it, and it felt like the artist was hitting me like, yo, when's this coming out? And it's like, this information's old type. So now I'm like, yo, I gotta drop it in like 2 weeks after I do the interview, like no matter what. But I think music is a little different because music has like some more timeless elements, right? You're not like referencing everything. So how do you gauge when it's time to release music?
All right, so I came up with this little plan, right? I like to sit on songs. When I hold songs, it's because I just know, like, I always have a feeling, and every time I drop like that song, it just always go crazy. But at the same time, I used to preview those songs too that I was sitting on, but I stopped doing that because then they'll get old. Like if I have it on my Instagram, and I'm just sitting on it, but it's on my Instagram, people could hear it, like it would just get old.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, the bangers, I just don't do previews. I just make them. Nobody knows about them, and but at the same time, you got to stay consistent and show people like your work ethic, and you know. So it's good to be consistent still, dropping songs. I feel like, you know.
Right. Yeah. What do you like better? Not even for yourself, but in general, for the place that we're at in music, where it's very stream heavy. Do you like kind of this idea of doing an album, or do you think it needs to be shorter, or do you think people should just rock with the singles and see what happens with them?
Yeah. Singles,
yeah, all the way,
for sure, yeah, because you can have a crazy single, and literally all you have to do is just get a good visual with good quality, and just push, promote that one song, and yeah, okay. That's what I feel like.
You're right.
Yeah,
that's your strategy.
Yeah.
What do you do for visuals, like? How do you shoot a music video? Do you have anyone that's like your go-to? Yeah,
I got a go-to. Shout out Slow Mo Steve. Yeah, that's my cameraman. He go crazy, but I only have like 3 visuals.
Right.
Cause I just been working on my craft, my image, and stuff. But I'm about to really start going crazy with these visuals soon. But he's like so dope. He'll write a whole script.
Right, he'll do a treatment so that it is like, you know, area, location, and what the shots are.
Yeah.
Nice. That's official.
Yeah.
I want to talk about promotion too. So I'm a marketing major.
Yeah.
And I just want to know what you think are the keys to marketing your music right now, and more specifically, what's something that's worked for you, and or what's something you saw work for somebody else?
I'm still that's a good question, cause I'm still like in the beginning of that still. I know it sounds crazy, but I don't got iTunes or Spotify, but like my boys, you know what I'm saying, like Reek and them, yeah, that's Spotify, all that, that's
getting on there.
Yeah, getting on there is important.
Yeah, I feel like it gives music like a more official feeling.
Yeah.
It's like, you know,
and the YouTube
to this artist. Oh, they got this like here, like on Spotify, you know, like it's been licensed and stuff like that.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, I think that's super important. I want to talk about some more of the music though. You have a song that's a tribute to Ace, who's your boy that passed away. What was your relationship, and what's that story?
My relationship with Ace was something like beyond, outside of this music stuff. You know, at the time in middle school, like when I first had started rapping and stuff, I had met him and my other boy, GQ. They was already rapping, and people in that school knew that I was rapping, but I was the new kid in school. So everybody would say like, "Oh, y'all need to get together. Y'all need to fuck with Chris," and you know what I'm saying, just work. And we went from there, and you know, I met his mom. Like it was like deeper. It was like deeper than the music. Like we was like really tight. So it's sad that he had to go you know what I'm saying, the situation, but yeah, yeah.
So how do you cope with something like that on the back end?
I just when that happened, I was traumatized, cause it wasn't the first time that you know, like one of my boys.
Right, a passing.
Yeah.
Like a gone too soon type situation.
Yeah. So I kind of knew like how to feel already, you know, cause this is like normal to us out here when things like that happen, but you know it hurts. So I just try to cope with it through my music. Yeah.
That's your outlet.
Yeah.
Okay. There's another song I want to talk about on here. I think it's Fake Friends. Do you know what song I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Is it called that?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know.
That's my favorite song.
I wrote it down. Yeah. That's a very new song.
Yeah.
So what is like the meaning behind that, and why was, you know, what was the meaning?
The meaning to that song, I just felt like backstabbed and betrayed to so many friends that I have met, you know what I'm saying, like throughout my life, throughout this journey and shit, like, you know, like, I was there for a lot of people, I helped a lot of people, but,
you don't feel like you necessarily got that love back?
Yeah, so, you know, yeah. I talked about my godson too. I talk about him on every song now, but
okay.
Yeah, he's you know, just the meaning behind that song is just something like real personal, like. So I wanted to make a song and just throw it out there, like, you know, Fake Friends.
Exactly. Almost like that. I mean, I feel like this is the theme that keeps coming back with a lot of artists. Is like once you get going, there's a certain level of like paranoia.
Yeah.
Do you feel that at all?
Yeah.
And so,
even
why
though
is that? I feel like sometimes it's in your head, sometimes it's real, and the mix of both is what's pushing you to like try and get that message out.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that because even though I'm good with everybody out here, like everywhere I step, you know what I'm saying? Everywhere we step, it's not. Yeah, feel me? Like we good, we real good out here. But at the same time, you can't get too comfortable because you know
it's a competition.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and you know the way shit is set up now. You know, like people are just like just set you up or something. You know what I'm saying? So you always gotta be like 10 toes and on your shit, like. Cause you know, you can be getting mad love, but at the same time it's fake love. So people just want to see you down, really, you know. So that's how I feel. I be feeling paranoid a lot, but you know.
Okay, I think I have one last question too, because I feel like the talent, you know, your group. And then even other people in like the Amherst area, other people in the Springfield area, Holyoke, Chicopee's got a music scene that's going up. Shout out Quinn Reed. He had a dope show at Club 1 in Agawam. I feel like it's bubbling over to the point where like it's gonna spill over into some real like regional like Northeast United States, and then truly like national takeover. What do you think the area, the Western Mass area, needs to get to that next level?
We just this is a big thing too, cause it's important. I like that question. We just need to all come together, you know,
right? And
just really go crazy, like, and it's dope to see like everybody like getting into this shit too, cause anybody can blow.
I'm seeing a lot of kind of what you talked about is like, okay. It's almost like 2013, 2012, there was nothing going on
Yeah.
for that. So I was going to school at UMass Amherst. I was like, what's going on? Like, who are the artists? There was nothing going on.
Yeah.
And then now there's a lot going on for that, and I feel like that's encouraging people who don't necessarily know about it. Okay, they can come find it. Okay, now it's like, let me start learning. Oh, let me get on the mic. So there's a big new kind of like class of people. Like it's on like yearly. Every year we're seeing like a new group come in. And I think we're in a beautiful place, like you said, with this idea of like going to other people's shows and stuff, and the networking coming together.
Yeah.
I think that is definitely the key.
And investing too.
Yes.
It's important.
I was thinking about this today.
Yeah.
So in my case, I was living in New York. It was the best paying job I ever had. And I was there. That's when I like bought the mics, bought this new computer that's nice, bought the mixer, and literally my biggest regret was not buying more stuff.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
now I want stuff, and I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
I gotta like plan for that. So, how did you invest in yourself when you were getting started?
I just bought mad equipment, and
So yeah, what equipment is that for somebody who's like just starting? Like, what's the starter pack?
Okay, the starter pack is you definitely need monitors, good ones.
We were just talking about this. So you said you have the HS8s.
Yeah.
And those are
dope.
Those are slapping.
Yeah. Those be going crazy. But yeah, you definitely need a computer, a mic. You like people don't notice, but my mic, that shit was only $100.
Wow.
And
you're still using it.
I'm still using it. That's the first mic I've ever bought, and I wouldn't even want to buy a $1,100 mic.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
because it's like too sensitive. And now I think this is a great kind of like swordsman example of like, it doesn't really matter what sword you have. It's about the skill of the person using the sword.
Yeah.
And the mic is exactly like that.
Yeah. So it's crazy. Yeah. So that's all. That's basically all you need, like a recording program.
What do you use for that?
I use Pro Tools 10. But there's for people who are starting, because when I first started, I was recording on Audacity.
Yep. This is being recorded on Audacity, this audio file.
Yeah, sure, yeah. So, and it's free.
It's free.
It's free. So, and then from there you can go to some people record on FL.
Yeah.
I used to record on FL.
Popular.
Yeah.
Yep.
And but now I'm on Pro Tools with it.
What about headphones? Do you do headphones at all?
Yeah.
Okay, what headphones you got?
I got the the Audio Tech ones.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that's what they're called. I just grabbed them.
Yep.
I just grabbed them as just
Hold up. Let me
to
see what's going on here. What the hell? Oh, okay. Shit. Memory card is full. All right. So the visual just like went out.
Yeah.
But we're wrapping up anyway, so
it's
all good. It's just gonna be the last couple of minutes. Do you have any last shout outs or anything?
I just want to shout out the whole Western Mass, and I want to tell everybody that this shit is possible, and you know what I'm saying, just because people don't believe in you don't mean you can believe in yourself, and just keep going, and if you're just starting, just keep going, like this shit is like real, just keep pushing.
I'm with it.
Yeah.
2020, let's go.
Yeah, let's get it.
Mass Live Chris, thank you for coming out.
I appreciate it.
This has been the Organized Sound Podcast.